Greetings, this is Jim Lindsay, and in this lesson I will show you how to use a website called Doodle.com. That's Doodle.com. It is a website you use to basically help you schedule meetings with lots of people. It's free and it's really easy. So instead of having to send lots of emails to each other back and forth and trying to copy everybody, this is a simple, easy, free way to make sure that 3, 4, 5, 10 people, whatever, can all find a common time, common day in which to get together. And that could be electronically, through Zoom. That could be in person. It works for either one. So let me show you how this works. All right, I'm going to use a couple of different email accounts to do this demonstration for you. I am at the Doodle.com website. Again, it's Doodle.com. And at this site, I could officially sign up for an account, which I'm not going to do, and you don't need to do either. And if I had an account, then I could log in. We're not going to use it for that much stuff. I need you to use this twice, and I need you to use this to schedule 2 meetings with me. And so I want you to have some practice with it. There are other competing products you could also use. Within Outlook, there's a mechanism that you can use to do the same sort of thing. So this is just one of many possible options. It's a personal information technology for sure. So let me show you how to use this by just clicking on Create a Doodle. And in our scenario here, you'll see that there are 4 steps, and we get advertising. That's why this is free. So I'm going to pretend that this is for a budget meeting. I need to hold a budget meeting, and let's say it's going to be in Grice Hall. So it's going to be a budget meeting in Grice Hall. And I don't need to put any other notes with it. That's sufficient. I'll hit continue. In step 2, I then need to identify what are the days and times on those days for this meeting. So I'm going to go to the next week. Let's say it's in the week of June the 8th. So during that week, let's say there are 4 times that I am available. And as you scroll up and down, you'll see that the clock scrolls up and down with you. I'll come down to page just a little bit. So let's say between 9 a.m. and say 4 p.m. on Monday, let's say I'm available at 11, and let's say on Tuesday I'm available at say 12:15, and I'm just left clicking. On Thursday, let's say I'm available at 10 o'clock and 3 o'clock, and over here on Friday, I'm going to say that I'm available at say 1 o'clock, or sorry, 2 o'clock. Now you'll see when you click, it's going to automatically, by default, it's going to create time blocks of an hour. You can make that longer or shorter as needed. If you just click on it, you'll see that you get the ability to stretch it. So let's say it was like a 2-hour meeting. You could stretch it like that. You can make it shorter to a half an hour. When you guys contact me, I'm going to ask you to try and reserve a half-hour block. We won't talk that long, but if we're reserving half-hour blocks, that's going to help me because I need to talk to 14 of you within in a week. So I'm going to try and get like 3 per day. That would be ideal. And that's how you do it. You just basically go to the block that you wish to make longer or shorter, and then adjust it. And if let's say at that point I'd say, hey, I didn't mean 12:15, I meant 11:15. I could just move that up to 11:15 by left clicking and dragging. So that's how you use this. That's how you complete that step. Step number 2. You hit continue, and then at this point you get to implement some additional options. You don't have to do this. About the only one on here I think you would potentially be interested in is this yes, no, if need be choice that gives people a choice to check, like if dire situations, yes or no. But we don't have to do those because it's going to be you contacting me with multiple days and times that you are available, and then I'm going to select one of those, and that will be the day and time that we talk via Zoom, which you will also set up. And so I'm going to hit continue, and then lastly I have to tell the people who I am. In this case I'm going to say it's me at my WKU email address, and I'll hit finish. And that's it. And it's going to give me a link which I can then share with people that I wish to invite. So you'll see, for example, anybody that has this link, this is at doodle.com, that is a page on their website for this event. If you scroll down here, you'll see that I'm the guy that scheduled this, and so I should be available all 5 of those days and times. I'm the person that chose those, right? So I certainly should be available at all of those times. And so what I would do, I would take this link, I'm just going to copy that. I could click on the button to copy the link, and over in my email account, I'll jump over to Outlook to open that up. Okay, so you'll see I'm in Outlook. This is my mail client. This is what I use to get my email. You'll see I already have an email. If I open that up, that's essentially saying, hey, you created a doodle. So now I'm going to send an email to people, a person that I would like to register for this, and that's going to be myself at Gmail. And in the body, I will include the link. I would, of course, if this is a real email, include text like, hey, you, this is me. Here are some, please use the link below to select some days and times that you are available. Click all the times that you are available so that we can, pick a time that is good for both of us. And I would put a subject line in here, Doodle. I hope that you type better than I do. Doodle days and times. And then I would hit send, and so that will send an email over to whoever you send it to. And you can send it to lots and lots of people. So let me jump over to Gmail and show you what the resulting email looks like. Okay, so I've opened up my email account. This is my fictitious person to whom I've sent this, and it says, hey, these are the doodle days and times. Pick from the days and times at the link below. And so if you open this link now, I'm going to just get that address, and because I use Chrome as my default browser, so if I click on this, it's going to take me back in there as the guy that created this. Let me show you what this would look like to somebody else. Okay, you can see that I'm in Internet Explorer, the best of all browsers, right? And so because I've not used Internet Explorer to create this thing, if I now visit that link and it opens up that Doodle page, as I scroll down here, it says, hey, these are the days and the times that the person who created this said that they can attend. So I'm going to do this. Let's say I'm Tom, and let's say Tom can go on that day and that day and that day, and he'll hit send. So Tom chose 3 of those 5 available time slots. So we'll close that up. So let's say I also sent this email to Mike. So let me jump over to a different browser. Okay, so now I'm in Microsoft Edge, another wonderful browser, right? And I'm going to put that link to that poll. So let's say this is Mike received it in his email. He goes to open it up, and when he looks at it, what he's going to see is like, okay, Jim said he could do it then, and Tom said he could do it then. Well, my name is Mike, and I can go on that day and that day and that day. And I'll fill this out one more time. Let's say it's Susan. So let me jump over to one more browser. Okay, so I'm in Firefox, and I'll visit that page one last time here, and I'll pretend in this instance that I am Susan. And as I come down here, I can see that the creator had those days and times. Mike and Tom can go at those times, and Susan is available at, say, just that time, and that's the only time that she could do it. So then you hit send. Now what you'll sometimes end up with is, you can't get everybody to a meeting, then you have to try again or do something different. But in this case, let me jump over to my actual WKU email now, and you'll see that I now have multiple emails from Doodle, and this was the one that I set up the poll or the survey, and then this was the first reply, the second reply, the third reply. And so if I go back and I just look at this, go to my poll as the creator, I'm just going to do that with Chrome because that's what I created it in. As I come down here, I can look like, hey, here is the point where we have the most consensus. So on June 10th, Wednesday at 11:15, that's when I have the most people that can show up to this meeting, and that's when I'm going to hold it. Because on that day, only 2 people could go. Two of the invitees could go. At those times, only 1 person is available. So that's how you use this site. You go to doodle.com, you click on create a poll, you give it a name, and then you choose the days and times, and then you get that link, which you then send to people so that they can fill it out. And then you're going to, at the email address you use to create it, you're going to get updates when people tell you that they are participating. And then from there, you can then use that to determine, hold on one second, I'm in the right place. You can determine which of those days and times is the best for for the meeting. So thanks for your time and attention. I want you to do this. I want you to, and I'll give you more details as the assignment approaches, but basically I want you to pick days and times which you are available for a half an hour, and send me those as a doodle. And at that point, I can look on my schedule and say, okay, I can meet with you at that time, and then we can go from there. So that is how you use Doodle. Thanks for your time and attention.